Right, bounce back loans, the facts. And guess what? It's worse than anybody could imagine. So, Chris Word, I do videos all the time to UK business owners. Their businesses are starting to struggle. But if you are a UK business owner and you was a UK business owner as of the 1st of January 2020, it's highly likely you took or considered taking a bounce back loan. Now, there's loads of stuff in the press of how the government got it wrong and how, this guy took 10 bounce back loans and went and bought 2 Ferraris and he's not been caught. Well, listen, here are the facts of a report that were published earlier this year. Now, it really covers the bounce back loan scheme, the coronavirus business interruption loan scheme, CBILS, or the coronavirus large business interruption loan scheme, the CL bills. Now, just so you all know, just to give you an idea of the amount of money that was pumped out there on these loan schemes, the bounce back loan, there was £46.6 billion of bounce back loans dished out. In addition to that, there were £25.9 billion worth of CBILS dished out. And in addition to that, there were £4.56 billion worth of CLBILS loans dished out. And the last one was dished out to really big companies. Now, a lot of these loans, you didn't have to sign a personal guarantee, but they were ideal. They were ideal for the borrower and the bank, because if the borrower defaulted, the government would step in and pay the bank back. Now, obviously, people had to self-certify, certainly bounce back loans. And that's where a lot of the problems come, because it was just far too easy to click a few buttons. The day after, unscrupulous people could have had 50 grand in their bank account. Now, let's have a look at the headline figures, okay? So, in total, £77 billion was given. And out of the £77 billion, £34.5 billion is the outstanding balance of loans out there that are still making payments on schedule. So, under half of all this coronavirus business support loans that went out there, less than half are still paying on schedule. There was £15.9 billion, the amount that has been fully repaid by the borrowers. So every now and again, you'll find somebody who has paid all the bounce back loan or all the CBILS loan all the way back to the bank. There's been £2.6 billion outstanding balance of loans that are in arrears that haven't yet progressed to default. So out there are thousands and thousands of businesses that have defaulted on that coronavirus loan, but it's not been passed. That's got arrears on the loan, but it hasn't been passed to default. There is over £1 billion of outstanding loans that have defaulted. Okay, so that's where the lender is trying to get back the money from the business. They're getting nowhere. And there's been £1.2 billion worth of loans that have been claimed on the bank. Okay, so the bank have made a claim to the government and the government are then paid them out. Sorry, I get that wrong. It's £1.2 million worth of loans where the bank have claimed from the government, but the government have not yet paid it out and settled it. There is £6.2 billion worth of loans that have been settled by the government to the lender under the guarantees. And I mean, this is shocking, but they believe that just under £1.2 billion worth of loans has actually already been flagged by lenders as suspected fraud. And this is more aimed at bounce back loans and CBILS, because bounce back loan, anyone could get it with self-certification. CBILS, it was a little bit trickier to apply. There was more checks in place. And the large one, you had to jump through a lot of hoops. Now, at the moment, that figure is set to rise, because this is just what the banks suspect. You know, once a company goes into liquidation or an insolvency scenario, the insolvency practitioner is going to really dig in and they're looking for bounce back loan or CBILS abuse. Now, when you think of it, you know, it's a colossal amount of money. And it shows that if you are struggling to pay that bounce back loan or CBILS back, you're not alone by a long stretch. And if you've used it in the right manner, you was allowed to claim for it, and your business just haven't bounced back, then if you go into insolvency, the chances are you won't have any issues with that. You know, it's so many businesses are really struggling today, not as a result of the pandemic anymore, but, you know, cost of living, interest rates going up, people having less money in the pockets. It just creates a perfect storm for businesses to really, really struggle. So I hope that helps. If you want to talk about your situation, please give us a call. Chris Worden, thank you.